Nick, how you doing? I'm so excited.
Hello everyone, hello Shuffle Callers. Thank you so much for the lovely intro. Yes, my name is NickRPGreen. This is Metal Gear Solid 3, and a huge thank you to everyone who has donated to make the all Kerotans category a possibility. It just makes the run a little more interesting, a little more fun, a little bit more to see. So before we get started, brief explanation of all Kerotans. Hidden throughout the game are 64 Kerotan frogs. They're little tiny, you'll see them obviously because we're going to shoot them, little tiny toy frog, and we have to shoot every single one of them. It's roughly one in every single room of the game. There's a couple of rooms that don't have them. Sometimes we have to shoot them during bosses, sometimes we don't, but you'll sort of see how it goes as we go along. For all Kerotans, we have to play on a new game. We are not allowed to play on New Game Plus. So there's a few strategies that you'd usually use in New Game Plus that we're not allowed to use here. I'm going to be selecting like MGS3 because it gives me some extra camouflages that might come in handy. And finally, for difficulty, we're going for European Extreme. It's obviously the hardest difficulty. The big thing with this difficulty, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, it says game ends when being seen by the enemy. So if at any point I am spotted by an enemy soldier, it's an instant game over, and we have to restart from the current room. It's just the thing that makes European Extreme. It's a lot of fun. All right, if we are all ready to go, then let's get this thing started.
Yeah, give us a quick countdown. I'm excited to see pure stealth gaming from here on out, I'm sure.
We're sometimes a little bit light on the stealth element in Metal Gear speedrunning, though with the game ends by when being seen by the enemy, it does kind of add it as a bit more of a requirement. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1, go! And we go to David Hayter.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
With us skipping all of the cutscenes and codec calls, that's about as much dialogue as you're probably going to hear throughout the whole game. It's nice to just let that one play out. Let David have his moment. All right, here we are. So this is Metal Gear Solid 3. This is canonically the first game in the entire Metal Gear series. The game's set in 1964. It's either 64 or 65. And we are deep in the Russian jungles here to rescue a defected Soviet scientist who has asked us to come and rescue him. It's all great. It's pretty straightforward mission. It's called the Virtuous mission. Yeah, we only have a couple of rooms to do, and I'm sure everything will turn out nice and dandy. But of course, we've got those pesky Kerotans. Our first one is right here. That's one down, 63 to go. So, Shovel,
Bang!
I hope you're going to be keeping count throughout, because I can never remember how many I've got to go.
I can count to 64. I mean, Chad has already counted to $3,671, so I can keep pace, surely.
Wonderful. So we're going to see some other animals on our journey. We're not going to be interacting with most of them, but our second Kerotan, I'm going to get right up close to this one so that you can see. There he is.
That's a good sound. I like that sound effect.
I don't know why they're Fozzie Bear from the Muppets, but yeah, Waka Waka is the noise they make. So have a quick cutscene.
Pac-Man.
Well, actually, yeah, it does sound a bit Pac-Man-y. Right, here I'm going to do a quick headshot on that guard. If you aim at a guard, auto aim kicks in, and then if you stand on your tiptoes and shoot like straight away, that allows you to hit them very quickly in the head. These other two guards were doing what's called a trank roll, where if you tranquilize a guard in the body, it won't do a lot. Got it. I saw it bounce. That's good. So that's 3. If you shoot a guard in the body, it'll take a few moments for them to fall asleep. Unless you roll into them, then they instantly fall asleep. Obviously, the quickest way of putting them to sleep is to headshot them. So, oh, I missed that one, which I think has now Yep, the guard behind is now on the radio, so we just need to get him in the head. There we go, before he finishes that radio call, and we're all good. There's going to be some guards coming in here, but as long as we get out of the room before they come in, we're fine. There we go. All good. So Razvet, this is the final room of the Virtuous mission. And this is where Sokolov is being kept. So we're going to do a quick headshot on that guy. There's a guy patrolling some stairs up at the top, so we're going to do 2 shots on him, and that'll be enough to knock him out. And then a guard here that I want to very quickly roll, lovely, before he has a chance to tell me off. Great. So now we sneak into the room that Sokolov is hiding in. We grab him, and yeah, that should be mission finished. Unfortunately, we get surrounded by the Ocelot unit. Snake expertly takes them out in an awesome cutscene that we unfortunately have to skip. And Sokolov is captured and taken away. He's taken back off into Dolonovo, the previous room. And so we're just going to go back in. We're just going to go and rescue him. And that's it. Everything should be fine. We'll rescue Sokolov. We'll take him back. Mission done. Yeah, get ready on. Unfortunately, Snake's mentor, the boss, has defected and threw him off a bridge. So we've got to play a little bit of trauma center here. Another cut. Oh, and another cut. And then 2 broken bones. Oh, and there we go. So unfortunately,
Trauma Center.
Unfortunately, the mission is a failure. And after a couple of days of rest, Snake is headed back in for Operation Snake Eater. You see, this is where the name comes from. His new objective is to once again try and rescue Sokolov, discover if the unit here has the capabilities of launching a nuclear weapon, and if so, destroy it. But finally, he must kill his mentor, the boss, who has defected to the Soviets. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be super straightforward, except not really. We did shoot another frog.
Zero twists. It is a Kojima game. He has an elegance.
It is. I will do my best to explain what's going on, but it is not. It is not the easiest game to try and explain. Now we are now back to where we were before, and even though we've already shot all of the frogs, for between the Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater, they do count as separate frogs. So we now have to just do a little bit of backtracking before we can move on to get the 2 frogs in the previous rooms. In the couple of days that we've been away, someone came and moved them. I don't know who did. I don't know who's wandering around Russian jungles filled with crocodiles and goats and snakes and other things and moving little plastic frogs. But somebody did, so we're gonna have to shoot them in a different way. The other problem is the cutscene that we skipped a moment ago involves Snake meeting the boss again. The boss very easily dispatches him and destroys his gun, his only gun, the gun that we used to shoot the Kerotan in the first room. We have now lost. We have no guns. So we are going to have to go with a different method of taking these frogs out. And this very first one, there is a flashing light coming up with this stun. Every time I throw a stun grenade, there is a flashing light. So we're going to have to hit it with a grenade. That'll do. So hit the first one with a grenade. We're going to run over here because there's a few more grenades. And we're just going to do a very little quick bit of stuff. I put on the brown... Oh, no, I don't need to change that. I put on this face paint because, for some reason, I don't know why they gave this ability to this face paint. It allows Snake to breathe underwater. So I won't... Right. And that is going to come in very handy later on. It's just this is the best opportunity to apply it. I don't know why they gave it to this face paint. There is a water face paint in the game, which would have made more sense, or they could have given him like a breathing mask or something. Nope, they decided to put it on a face paint for some strange reason.
So does every face paint have a special ability, or just this one?
There's a few of them have special abilities, but not all of them.
Now it makes a little bit more sense.
So that frog there, we threw a grenade. We don't have to try and hit it directly. The explosion of the grenade is enough. Now, unfortunately, in the next couple of rooms that are coming up, we've got guards. And as I said before, we've got game over if discovered. So we can't get an alert. We can't get spotted. So what I have to do with these next two frogs is I have to hit them directly with a chaff grenade. This is a grenade that normally disrupts electronic equipment. It doesn't cause a caution or alert. It doesn't disturb the guards. So I'm going to concentrate here because these are two very precise throws. Gotcha. So that's the first one. And then we get past that guard. Here, I'm cooking my next chaff grenade because there's a glitch in most later versions of MGS3, where if you're cooking a grenade, it hides your footsteps from guards. We don't know why, but yeah, guards can't hear your footsteps if you're cooking a grenade. Dull another note, this has a very tricky piece of movement here. Hopefully I get this right first time, which I don't. So there we go, that is our first game over of the run. So we'll just do that one again. I do have a backup if this keeps going wrong, but hopefully you usually get it on the second attempt. It's a very
just second load things.
There we go. It's a very precise bit of rolling to get through there, and then our frog in here is I have to just have Snake's note. There we go. That'll do, and I should be about there. Perfect. So at least I got the frogs. At least I got the two frogs. Those are probably two of the hardest frogs in the game. We use things like Snake's health bar and the camouflage explanation in the top right hand corner to line up with certain environmental areas to work out exactly where to throw. It's not just a blind throw. I'm not just guessing. We will be using that technique one more time before the end of the game. So here we've got a couple of items we want to grab here in Razvet, and we are approaching our first boss as well. So grab the cardboard box, the legendary Metal Gear Solid cardboard box. And MGS3 is easily the best. Makes the best use of the cardboard box. We're also going to grab these thermal goggles. So here we have our first boss of the game. This is the Ocelot unit. So there's going to be seven Ocelot unit members. We have to take them all out. But in addition, we are still on game over if discovered. So none of the Ocelot unit can see us. So I'm going to concentrate a little bit for this. I want to shoot that guard anywhere but the head. I'm going to run down to here. Shoot this guard anywhere. Doesn't matter where. There's going to be a guard coming around here. We're going to shoot him. We're going to roll over there for a stun grenade at these three guards. Come outside. They're all down. That's fine. Peek around the corner there. Shoot that guard. I think I headshot that guard already, so that he's down. There's two guards to go. One at the back there. So we will take him out. And then one more. Just there. And it says two on there, but that's because we were still waiting for one guard over here to fall asleep. And that's the Ocelot unit. It's always good when you get through that first try. Very
nicely done.
Very nice to have that done. When you're learning European Extreme, I want the cardboard box. When you're learning European Extreme, we always say that the Ocelot unit is the gatekeeper of learning this run. If you can do that fight, then you'll be fine with the rest of the game and you can continue to learn it. But if you just cannot get through that fight, then it's the thing that stops a lot of runners from learning European Extreme. There's quite a few different ways of tackling it, and that's just my favorite version of doing it. So now we have our face paint actually making a difference here. We're going to be spending a lot of time underwater here, and there's another couple of rooms later on which are a bit more important. There's a frog all the way over there. I can hear it croaking, so we're good. So we want to avoid these crocodiles. Instant kill on the crocodiles if one of them grabs you, which is a bit nasty. You might be able to hear the sound of some leeches attaching onto me, so I'm going to have to get rid of them, otherwise it's going to drain my stamina incredibly. But here we're going to grab some grenades, some Mark 22 bullets, and let's go into that cure screen, use the cigar to get rid of those leeches. We've got a mandatory codec here. So we'll roll to make sure that we keep moving whilst the call comes in. Eva has a bit of a chat with us. We head into this next room. Can be a little... It's very, very tight, this room. It's not particularly difficult, but like the slightest little bit that goes wrong, and you're getting spotted. So crawl under the fence. There are some claymore mines here, which we know exactly where to go and stand around them. I'm going to roll here and take a shot. That distracts a dog in this room and moves him out of the way. And the dog barking distracts a guard in the next room and next part and moves him out of the way. Swap to the Mark 22. And then we start to use the wonderful cardboard box. The cardboard box here is useful. It distracts a guard, gets him to run all the way around. And you can't be electrocuted whilst you're in a cardboard box, which is handy. Here, I'm going to come to here and I'm going to go to the ground because there is a guard there who, if I'm not on the floor, will spot me. Shoot the Kerotan from the other side and through the fence. And timing should have worked out so that there is a dog there that is just walking away and doesn't spot me. Wonderful. Moves us on to Bolshoi Pass base. The previous room, that wasn't that different from any percent. We just shot a frog in the middle of it. Bolshoi Pass base is an example of a room that completely changes because of a Kerotan frog. So here we're going to run down here. We're going to shoot this guard and roll him. We're going to trank roll that guard through the window, which I think looks incredibly cool. We're going to shoot that Kerotan under the desk. And then here we're going to take that guard out with a quick headshot. And then non-lethally, and I mean non-lethally, take those two guards out with those explosive barrels. I'll talk a little bit more about the non-lethally aspect later. But we've got our first like proper boss fight. This is Ocelots. And I have to shoot a frog in the middle of this fight. So, first stun grenade. I'm going to turn around. The frog is there. I've got to be very... I missed it. So I do have another chance to shoot it. It's just I've got to make sure I hit Ocelot. That's fine. I throw a stun grenade. Right, try again. Got it. Oh, I've messed the loop up on this a little bit. Right, I'm going to shoot that goat because it's going to distract him. Language, Ocelot. Shoot his hat off, apparently.
That's
I'm not having a very...
His hat.
I'm not having a very good time here. Shoot him before he shoots me. Ow. Right, he's going to reload here, so this gives me a bit of a touch. Oh, he is not being nice. Ow. There's a good chance I die to him here, actually.
Snake, you gotta lock in.
Hopefully, that's where he... Yep. And as long as I don't get shot here, he just needs one more hit. And hopefully I can auto-aim this shot. Oh, he's finished reloading behind the tree. Come on out, Ocelot. What are you doing? Missed. Got it. There we go.
Yay,
we're done.
Yippee. We got there.
Oh,
That's a really impressive adaptation, I'll say.
That was that should have gone a lot quicker. But unfortunately, Ocelot's one of those fights where if you let it get out of hand like that, then you're in for a bad time. This is a brand new strategy that was developed by Delfino Plaza guy. I only learnt it on Thursday. So we call it the Delfino Hole, which is a lovely name for a strat. Here I'm going to turn around. I'm going to grab a grenade. I'm going to aim about there, and I should hit a Kerotan frog. Yep, we hear it. We hear it croaking. There we go. That saves a huge amount of time. There's a whole network of tunnels and crawling through vents and stuff to get round to that frog on the other side. And then once you're done, you actually drop down into the hole that we just threw that grenade out, come round to here, and then basically go all the way back round again. But that new time save saves about 10 to 12 seconds, something like that. There's a camo there. We got that camo for defeating Ocelot non-lethally. And it's a very, very important camouflage, that one. Here, I want to swap to my Mark 22. Because there's a snake in this tunnel, which I want to capture. He'll be just around this corner. Where are you? There he is. So just shoot that snake. There we go. We've captured Snake B. Because there's a mechanic in Metal Gear Solid 3 all about eating to keep your stamina up, and normally you don't end up eating anything. And actually, there are strategies you can use in Kerotans where you don't eat anything. But I find it much safer to just keep my stamina up and not worry too much about it. So we are going to be eating that snake in a moment. So apologies to anyone who has a thing about snakes and doesn't want to see one get eaten. Luckily, we can skip if the animation randomly plays that where we see Snake eating it. Luckily, we can skip it. We are coming up to our next boss as well. So I'm going to grab these smoke grenades. We're going to need those. So I'm going to eat that snake now. Just wait for Snake to decide. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. There you go. A snake. Eating a snake. Not too bad. And then just before we go into the next boss fight, the frog is here. So sometimes, as I said, there are some bosses where we don't have to shoot the frog during them. There's some where we do. This is the Pain, and the Pain has a very nasty hitbox. I have to get headshots in this fight. And his hitbox is really awkward. It's kind of like around his neck. It's not properly his head. So it's one of the most precise fights in the run. That's phase 1. We've still got a second phase to go yet. So throw a grenade at him. Beautiful, and that's a perfect phase 2 as well.
Very excellently done.
As long as you get your shots really quickly in there, you can finish that phase without him putting his armor back on, which is really handy because we haven't got any more grenades. We had smoke grenades to disrupt them, but that was really nice. Always good when that happens. So now we're in the caves. Well, we're out of the caves. We've got another frog, and there's quite a long river that we're going to swim through. So if you've got any messages, Shovel, now's a really good time for it, actually.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to encourage everyone to donate to our currently open incentive for Wipeout Omega Collection upgrade to HD Fury All Tracks. Adds in a bunch of DLC tracks to our upcoming Wipeout run. You have until the end of this run and the end of Wipeout, so only about 2 hours left to go, and it's open for $100. Need to see a few donations coming in for that if we want to get it hit, so get your donations in now. Otherwise, this run's so impressive. I gotta say, like, I knew MGS was, like, hard, but you make it look easy.
Thank you. I'm certainly not the best MGS3 runner out there. I am the world record holder for both very easy and European Extreme for all Kerotans. I should say when it comes to European Extreme, it's by default because no one else has ever either run it or submit it. I'm sure people have done it, but no one's ever submitted another one. But very easy is a little bit contested. So we're gonna just wait here, and here we have another example of a room you would not visit in an any percent run. This is a completely optional room, but obviously we have to come here on all Kerotans because there's a Kerotan to shoot. The only reason during a casual playthrough you would come into this room is because there's a sniper rifle in this room. As anyone who knows anything about MGS3 will know, there is an opportunity to kill one of the bosses early coming up as long as you grab this sniper rifle. We won't be doing that because it's actually much slower. But we will come in, shoot the frog, and leave again. Trying to stay as close to the ground as possible because you can see my camo rating was at 95% when I was towards the bottom of the river there, and as I go up, it gets bigger. So yeah, that's the main reason for the face paint, and the I used to have to do a very different strategy before someone reminded me, Nick, you know there's a face paint that gives you unlimited breathing underwater. I was like, oh yeah, there is. That's gonna make that room way easier. So we're going to come into warehouse exterior. We're going to do some damage to the boss that I mentioned, the end. So here I'm going to shoot these barrels. There we go. And non-lethally take out all the guards. You'll notice the end's health bar in the top left. It's now taken a chunk. That means he is going to have less health and stamina when we actually fight him a little bit later. Shoot the frog, go over and grab some equipment. Now, what I mentioned about non-lethally taking those guards out, because they died from an environmental explosion, it doesn't count as a kill. It counts as an environmental kill, which for us doesn't mean Snake didn't kill them, which is very useful for if you're trying to do a 0 humans killed run. Warehouse 1, this can be a little tricky as long as I get that roll correct. That seems okay. We're going to bump that guards. Hopefully I've moved far enough up the steps to not get spotted. Lovely. Bump that. Oh dear. Okay, we will improvise that one. Oh, that guard then spotted me. Whoops.
Matt, you beat up his friend, unlucky.
Yep. Give that another try. So, roll up here. Run. Do that roll. That's fine. That one's the hardest one. You've got to make sure you're far enough up the stairs so that you don't get spotted by the first guard. The other two aren't that bad. You can see they are absolutely flying for it. Snake's rolls are vicious. The guards go absolutely flying, and the hitbox on Snake's roll is really long. Now, keen-eyed viewers may have noticed that I didn't shoot a Kerotan. That's fine. We have to come back this way. We are on our way to the lab to go and meet up with an informant. And then we'll come back again. There's a boss fight in this room on the way back. So luckily we can shoot the Kerotan on the way there so that we don't have to worry about it during the boss fight on the way back. Here, I do want to change. I am attempting to go for 0 humans killed. Because it's swag. So we're going to knock that guy out. The top category in this, the top rank in this game for completion is called Foxhound, which is beat it on European Extreme, never get found, no alerts, no continues, and no humans killed. So we tend to, for European Extreme, you tend to learn by doing no humans killed anyway, just so that you can try and get that Foxhound rank. I've only ever done it once on any percent. I've never done it on all Kerotans. It's been something I've been trying for a while. Here we're going to do an intended warp. I'm going to dress up as a scientist. We got given the scientist camo before. And we're now going to get deliberately spotted by these guards. The guards see a scientist outside the lab, and they're like, what are you doing outside? You should be back inside. And they're going to send me to prison. Thankfully, the very next frog is in the prison cell next to me. So I'm going to come out, I'm going to run into here, and we're going to punch this frog. There are 3 frogs inside the lab, and luckily all 3 of them can be punched. So you can't use any weapons whilst you're dressed up as a scientist. You can only punch and kick. There's a couple of special weapons that you can use, which we will be grabbing one of them because it's a very, very useful item for the game. But here the next frog is on top of this locker, so we open it up. Go on tiptoes, give it a punch, and then get out of the way of this guard before he realizes, oh, you're not actually a scientist. Roll through the window and head downstairs. We're now actually back on track for where we should be going through the lab. Let's go roll down these stairs. Switch cameras again. So the guards don't care about you. The guards just see a scientist come out, a scientist uniform, think just a scientist, not a problem. Scientists, on the other hand, do. Scientists realize that you're not one of them. So things like bumping into them like that will reset their investigation. Basically, if they look at you for too long, they will realize you're not a scientist and they'll raise an alarm, and that's a game over. So on the way out here, I have to bump into this scientist. So I have to bump him to reset his investigation phase. And as long as I'm getting out of the way of these guys, that one didn't see me because he turned the other way. And here, as long as I get out quickly, we should be fine. There we go. So that's all of the frogs inside the lab. Now all we've got to do is get out. There's no more scientists, just guards, so we can just have a nice clean walk out. Very, very straightforwards. We're going to be heading off to our next boss fight, which is the Fear. The Fear is a very cheesy boss. We have a very, very quick and cheesy method of defeating him. Oh, just here, another use of the cardboard box. Just quickly, a guard noticed that I was running away as a scientist. So just to reset his investigation, I quickly equipped the cardboard box. And then here I want the cigar gas spray. So the cigar gas spray is a weapon that we can use whilst dressed as a scientist. We didn't, but it's supposed to be like a James Bond style. Oh, it's it looks like some cigars. I'm going to shoot the frog here. It looks like a box of cigars, but it's actually a sleeping gas. There's a handkerchief as well that you can get as well, but we don't need that in this one. Oh, I'm going to shoot that guard twice because by the time I then run past him, the trank will knock him out. Swap to the stun grenades, and we're going to head into the fight against the Fear. There's a few different ways of doing the Fear fight. Because we're not on New Game Plus, we pretty much have to do this version for all Kerotans. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over to this tree here, and I'm going to use my one and only fake death pill. This is the pill that makes it appear like Snake has died to trick enemies. The Fear's going to wander on over. As soon as he starts moving towards me, I'm going to use the revival pill in my tooth. I'm going to throw this stun grenade on the floor, and then I'm going to trigger these traps. And for some reason, and we don't really know what... Oh, he got away. That should have finished him off. Hopefully I can finish him off. That's weird. That's not... There we go, finished.
You almost said it. I almost heard it.
That's never happened before.
Yo!
There we go. There's always one. The thing with that fight that's really weird, and again, it's one of these things that we just we will never understand why. When you stun the Fear with a stun grenade, he takes non-lethal damage. Hang on. Sorry, I'm going to concentrate. This is one of the trickiest rooms in the game. Oh, forgot to put the silencer back on. I don't usually have. I usually still have the silencer on because I don't usually take it off for the Fear.
Yeah,
right.
That's really funny.
That's
you. No, this is sketchy.
This is
all right. Maybe we're good.
Hopefully we're okay here.
I would love to shout out.
You go for it. I'm gonna you go for it. I'm gonna concentrate on this room.
Lock in. My bad. I alerted that guard by trying to shout out our lovely raiders joining us from Frubstream. Everyone, we are raising money here for Fast Space for Pride 2025 for the Global Action of Trans Equality. A lovely charity. Gate works across a variety of areas, including human rights and health and movement building. So they really do a little bit of everything in order to fight for the cause of trans liberation. If you have any money to donate, please do go to our donation link and attach your donation to our Wipeout HD incentive. A little bit earlier in this run, we were talking about the Kerotan frogs, a extra collectible that chat donated for, and which characters would move the frogs around the forest to hide them for Snake. I would love to hear your ideas for who done it in chat. We're gonna make a little murder mystery. I honestly think it's high-key Big the Frog energy. I'll say it.
Oh, okay. We finally got through Warehouse 2. It's one of the hardest rooms in the game, and the other nasty thing about that is we also have to shoot the frog in it. So that's a strategy that I've learned recently for any percent, and then I've had to adapt to then shoot the frog at the end. It's really nasty, and it doesn't help when. Again, I usually have the silencer already equipped for the Mark 22, but unequipped it to shoot the Fear a couple of times. But we're moving on. Bosses come kind of thick and fast at this point in the game. We are very quickly approaching the next one. But before that, we've got a couple of rooms. So we've got another room that we don't usually visit. Let's get that frog. Run over to this guy, and we're going to CQC slam him. And then here, I'm going to shoot the trees over there. It's going to cause that guard to run over. Once again, we use the whole silencing footsteps by cooking a grenade so that he doesn't hear me. There's a guard over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll up this hill. I'm going to CQC slam him. I'm going to run up here. There's another guard here. I'm going to CQC slam him. And then before we go to the next boss, we're just going to move off to this little side room. Once again, this is a room you wouldn't see in an any % run. This is just another room we're coming into for all Kerotans. The Kerotan shot's quite far away, but luckily we have a little mechanic that helps us determine whether we hit it or not. So I'm going to move to about... That should probably be it. It's just through that window there. And I got it. So all of the guards there were sort of alerted. You heard them say, "What's that sound?" Because I shot through a window, so the glass smashed, and then the Kerotan got hit. We didn't see whether the Kerotan got hit, but I know that it definitely did, because my caution didn't reset. If I was to have not hit the Kerotan, the guards would have heard the gunshot land, and and my caution would have immediately gone back to 99 seconds. But you should never get cautioned by hitting a Kerotan. It's kind of one of the things that the game does nicely to sort of help you out a little bit. All right, this is the boss fight against the End, the legendary sniper, and we have 3 Kerotan frogs in his arena to take care of. So he's over there. So I'm going to start by doing a bunch of damage to him, and then we're going to run over here. Now, the End has a mechanic where after a certain amount of time has passed, if you make a loud noise, he will teleport to a designated sniping spot and try and shoot you. So what we're doing is just wasting a bunch of time here. Trying to think how many times I've actually kicked here. We'll do one more just to be on the safe side. And I just need to make some noise. So I'm going to just shoot. There we go. Dodge the shot. And then there's going to be a flashing light here with another stun grenade, because I'm going to throw... He's behind that tree. We did all of that specifically in that location because it forces him to teleport to here. Punch, punch, cigar spray. Punch, punch. Going to hold him up now.
Freeze.
Wait for him to drop his gun. Cigar spray again. Hit him in the face with a stun grenade. So again, another white flashing light. I'm going to look up to try and avoid as much of the flash as possible. 2 more cigar sprays, and we're just going to get ahead of him. What I need to do here is I'm not going to finish him off. It's 2 cigar sprays, punch, punch, another cigar spray to knock him down, and then all I'm going to do, make sure he starts running that way, and then just as he gets about 1 shot, and then turn around. You can see he's very, very low on stamina now. He's got almost no stamina left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run into here. I'm going to let him just bugger off. He can do what he wants. As long as he goes... I think he went around that corner, which is good. Because now we need to deal with the Kerotans. Because there are 3 rooms that span this boss fight. So we shoot that one. And now we're going to move into Sacramento West. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the same trick again. I'm going to shoot the frog in Sacramento West. And then I'm going to use the same trick to force the End to turn up. And then I'm going to take him out. So I'm going to shoot the second frog here. That's that one done. And for this one, we're going to use an older method, which you can do in the first room, but is a little bit slower. So I'm going to stand here because again, it's going to force the End to go where I want. Throw a smoke grenade so that he can't see me. He hears my shot. He can hear the shot, so that's caused him to spawn, but he can't see me. And then that. There we go. Use the thermal goggles to spot him. And then this is the final room. We just moved to here. So the boss fight is now over. And the frog is just in between those trees. There he is. And that is how you take out all 3 Kerotan frogs whilst taking out the End. There are other methods of doing it. One thing you can do is rather than let him get away, is to just finish him off and then sort of do a backtrack once you've finished for the second frog, but it's a little bit slower. We are now coming up to the very famous ladder climb. There is one frog in here to shoot as well. But we've got 2 minutes of just climbing this ladder whilst the Snake Eater theme plays. So now's a great time just for a chat or anything you want, Shovel.
Yeah, first and foremost, I would love to welcome in our Lady Arcaders Raiders.
Woo!
Thank you all so much for joining us for Metal Gear Solid 3. This run is so cool so far. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Nick, I know there's a whole ocean between us, but there's a game I used to play as a kid called Concentration. Have you ever heard of this game?
I have.
Do you want to play it with reptiles?
Go on, then.
I feel like it fits the theme. So for chat, if you've never heard of Concentration, we're gonna go back and forth trying to name as many things in a certain subject as possible, and if one of us repeats or stalls, then we are going to lose. So the theme is reptiles. I don't know a lot about animals, I'll admit it, so I'm not feeling great about my chances. I'll start us off with frogs. Technically amphibians, but, you know, whatever. It counts.
Cobra.
Snake.
Corn snake.
Corn snake?
Corn snake. I have two corn snakes as pets.
Okay, this is going interestingly. Iguana.
Milk snake.
Okay, you know a lot about snakes, apparently.
There's a lot of different snakes
lizard.
in this game.
I guess that makes sense.
Python.
Ball python.
Taiwanese cobra.
We've definitely both lost at this point. I just want to point that out.
I'm just trying to remember every single snake that appears in this game.
Alright, time to Google reptile. This bit sucks. Turtle.
Turtle's an amphibian.
Well, I said frog earlier.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
you started with frog, which is
we're getting tied on the rules now? Really?
And we are at the top of the ladder.
Thank God.
Oh dear, that was
the worst game of concentration ever, but we got through.
we got through the ladder at least.
That was awesome. Thank you for playing GG Shake My Hand. One of us won there. You're gonna have to let us know in the donations. Okay, chat's telling me turtles are reptiles, so Nick is lying to me. That's great. Awesome.
Oh wait, yeah, turtles are reptiles, but frogs aren't.
And Snake is dead, so you know that's
Snake
everything is falling apart.
So we're now
that was awesome.
we're now in mountains. We get to see probably the best use of the cardboard box here, which is if Snake goes up and down an incline, so a hill, then he slows down, but not in the cardboard box. They didn't add a slowdown. There we go. I actually smoked that guard this time. They didn't add that same animation to the cardboard box. So it's... Oh, I quit the box. I quit the box and someone immediately spotted me. So it's really helpful for going up and down surfaces. And as we're in the mountains, there's a lot of going up and down hills. So it's very, very powerful at this moment. In fact, it's a requirement in here to get through it as quickly as possible with the way the guards are. You may have noticed all of the guards in this game are on strict patrols. There's no RNG when it comes to guard patrols or anything like that. So we can always do the same thing every single time. So this time I'm just not going to accidentally hit the L2 button and equip the cardboard box. I'm going to smoke that guy, and we're going to smoke that guy, and of course we have got a frog, which is just on that cheeky little ledge. Swap to here. And onto mountains 2. The very first guard is a free takedown. There we go. We just took a guard out. There's a thing with the game where quite often, if you auto aim at a guard who is a higher elevation than you are, you will automatically headshot them, and that's probably the best guard in the game for it. I'm going to take that guard out. That guard can't see us leaning and poking around corners. Guards can't see you, so we take advantage of that. Take out that guard over there. past the vultures who will go and peck at dead bodies. We've got another guard here, so I'm going to change camera. I'm going to trank roll this guard because it's the quickest way. And I need to swap to this gun. And here we're going to take out another couple of guards with some barrels. So I need that guard over there to spot the cardboard box and then start moving. As soon as he drops down, shoots. I'm going to shoot the frog up there. And then there's another guard on the other side calling in on his radio. So I just need to take him out with a stun grenade. So again, a little white flashing light. And he is taken care of. Now we just want to get out before the reinforcements turn up. Onto Mountains 3, this can be a bit of a tricky room. We've quite a specific set of movements that we're going to do. Once again, we're going to utilise the whole cooking a grenade so guards can't hear our footsteps to roll over that first guards. And then use the box, get up the hill. We need to try and lure a guard who's at the top to start moving. So I'm going to use the box there. I'm going to unequip it there. That should move him just enough around that corner for me to roll out of his way. Phew, we're good. He didn't spot me. And we move through. Equip the box so we get up the hill. Once again, eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed there was no Kerotan shot in there. We are coming back this way, so we will shoot the frog on the way back. So it's quite a long cutscene that gets skipped here, even though we're skipping them very quickly. Here is an opportunity to equip the Mosin Nagant, because I haven't done that yet. And then we're going to use the Mosin Nagant to shoot the frog that is on that little radio tower, whatever it is there. There is a frog in here, and we do want to grab some more food. We'll do one more bit of food usage at one point in this run. Shoot this frog and use suppressor on. And now we're back in Mountains 3 again. We've got the key to get into the door that leads to the underground base. So we're going to shoot the frog on the way out here. So I'm just going to roll up here. I'm going to roll over that flamethrower guy. And then just before I roll off down the hill, I'm going to shoot the frog from a distance there. Yep, I saw him bounce. That's good. And we can head in. So now we have every runner's least favourite boss in the game. That ledge. Yeah, trying to roll over that thing. That's the worst boss. It's not really. So the next boss is the Fury. The Fury is one of the bosses that has a lot of RNG. We're on quite low health, and he can be very nasty, and he can very quickly take us out. Luckily, oh, I missed it. Yep, I can hear him croaking. Luckily, we get to deal with the frog on the way into the fight, so we don't have to worry about it in the middle of it. Yeah, this is the Fury, and here's hoping I get it first try. So I need to listen out for where he's landed. He's landed on that side. Oh, and he's immediately turned and spotted me. Oh, and he's already off. Okay, this is not great RNG. Ideally, we want him to stay all the way over on this side, but he's not. So we'll deal with this. My second shot just didn't connect to him for some strange reason.
Everywhere is fire. Okay.
Yes, everywhere is fire. Another... Oh, he's... And I'm dead. Okay. Thankfully, on any restarted run, we can manipulate him at the start. He will always land here as long as you move straight down. Oh, he's that's good RNG. Oh, unfortunately, I shot just a little too quickly there. Move out of the way. Oh. He is really not being nice to me. Oh, okay. No. Right, let's get him before he takes off again. There we go. I only need one more hit on him. He's going to shoot, so I'm going to get out of the way. You may notice I'm constantly... Oh, I think he is... He's going to land there, thankfully. There we go. Cool. You may have noticed throughout that fight, I was equipping the cardboard box. Another advantage of the cardboard box in this game, it is flameproof. If you get hit by any flames whilst wearing the cardboard box, you'll still take damage, but you won't set on fire. If you do get set on fire, you can instantly put the fire out by equipping the cardboard box. It's very weird. Don't know why, because it's made of cardboard. Not sure why that would warrant it to not set on fire, but that's how it works. So now we're in Groznygrad, and we have quite a large deviation compared to an any percent run, because there are 4 Kerotan frogs scattered throughout the area. You need to wait for this guard to move a little bit further down, because there's another guard over there who will hear him get shot, and we don't want that to happen. So yeah, normally we would head straight to our next objective, but we've got quite a bit of sidetracking to do to get these frogs. The next one is just here, so I'm going to take that frog out. And then there's a guard walking down here, so I'm going to poke out the corner and shoot him. And then there is another guard at the end here. We'll do a trank roll on this guard, not pick that cardboard box up, because that's the one box we never use. And then we have to crawl in this vent, because the frog in the next room is in this vent. So we've got a little bit of crawling to do. Altogether in Groznygrad, there are 4, not including the bike chase, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8 frogs. We do have 2 journeys through Groznygrad, so we're going to get most of them now, and then we'll get the ones that we miss on the way back. Luckily, that the frog's just around this corner, so all I got to do is just go. There he is. How someone got that frog behind that vent, I do not know. Like, who's placing these frogs in these places? Who's like? This is some sort of joke. You can go into the next room by keep going through that vent, but it's quicker to just turn around and go back again. I do want to equip my next smoke grenade.
I think it's got to be someone with an equivalent amount of acrobatics to Snake. Like, Snake has the roles of a football player. I'm thinking like Laura Croft is crawling around here placing these frogs.
It is a good guess. It's going to throw a smoke grenade at that door, because there's guards. I don't want to get spotted. We're now in northeast again. So this is we've got the frog. This is the frog that was in the vent. I'm going to run over here, trank roll that guard, swap to that gun, and move into here. Now this is probably my favourite frog in the game, because it's the only frog where we're going to shoot it in a certain way. We've got to take out a guy called Rykov. Fans of Metal Gear Solid 2 will recognise him as looking very similar to Raiden. Hopefully, yep, shooting that guard has got him right. So he's going to move to here, because I took that guard out. I'm going to hold him up, and I'm going to shoot this frog whilst holding him up. It's the only time in the game we shoot a frog whilst holding someone up, and it's I think it's really cool. Now we just need to move him into this next room, because we're going to steal his clothes, and we've got a mask to make us look like him as well. And that's how we're going to infiltrate the next area. Before we do that, though, I now need to change camo to the olive drab. Oh, and I also need to eat the instant noodles that I picked up earlier. One of the mechanics of this game is as soon as you drop below half stamina, so my stamina bar across the top is the really, really long one, the one that's made up of 4 rectangles. If you drop below half, Snake's hands will tremble when he holds a gun. Does anyone like glitches? Because that's like the only really good one in Metal Gear Solid 3. That's the box glide. It's the only like proper glitch in MGS3.
That's so good.
There's a frog here. Yes, I've now shot it. It's because we're shooting through a window, it's a bit awkward to know whether we've actually shot it or not, because it doesn't always register. But I saw it change position, so that's the good thing. And now that we're done, we can now equip the officer camo. You can't shoot whilst wearing the officer camo, and the reason I changed the olive drab camo is because if you come in here with the animals camo, which we had on, then you instantly get spotted by those guards. But yeah, if you are less than half stamina, Snake's hands will tremble when you try and go into first person. The animals camo completely removes that. This now is a 2 minute unskippable cutscene. It's completely black. We can't see because Snake's been captured. He has a bag over his head. And Sokolov, who we rescued right at the start of the game, is here and he's being tortured. It's implied that he's killed by this being beaten up. But he does actually make an appearance in the next game, and it turns out he used a fake death pill. But then after Sokolov is tortured, Snake is tortured. As I say, you can't see anything, but it sounds horrible. And you may notice you can't hear anything, and that's because I have deliberately muted the audio on the stream so that you can't hear it. Because it's I never play the audio during a marathon. I never play it on my own stream because it's hard. Unfortunately I can hear it, and it's just not pleasant. So yeah, we just have 2 minutes of basically sitting here with the game inside. You can at least see the subtitles, so you at least know what's going on. But this is our main protagonist, Volgin, trying to get information out of us and sort of determine, how did you get in? What are you doing? Are you after the Philosopher's Legacy, which is a whole other plot device that we haven't got time to explain.
Kojima game for sure.
Exactly. But Shovel, what is going on with this marathon?
Well, first and foremost, everyone, we are raising money for the global action for trans equality here at Fastest Paced Events for Fast Pace for Pride 2025. Helping us with that wipeout incentive is a $5.31 donation from Tempest Mask 1000. The donations encode prime numbers and Metal Gear entries. It also says Caro, 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 Caro. Best of luck, Nick, the fast travel master. I get that reference.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that was nice.
Whoa.
I'll probably talk about that at some point.
Later when we have game audio again.
We do,
yeah,
yes.
That puts us just under $95 for our upcoming Wipeout incentive, chat. So if you want to see some really cool hover racers, please do get your donations in. Wipeout is such a cool game. Limey is such a talented runner. You want to see him tear those tracks up.
So standing there just spinning round and round in circles was deliberate. It caused Snake to throw up.
I was like, am I going too long? Nick's getting bored.
No, going into the... Oh, that was weird. Going into the survival viewer and spinning Snake round 10 times causes him to throw up, and it's just the quickest way of getting out of prison. Throw a smoke grenade at that frog, and then just before we leave, I'm going to pick up the rat that I kicked, because we're going to throw that rat straight away to distract the guards. Equip the smoke grenades and cook them, so once again, my footsteps are silenced to the guards. And then crawl under here. So we're now escaping. We've got none of our equipment. We are making do with what we can pick up along the way. We've got a couple of frogs to take out as we head round. There is still one of the 4 outside quadrants that we haven't shot a frog in, which is the one we're about to move into. Luckily, it's also the first one we come back to. So we don't have to worry about the frog right now. So I'm going to run over here. There's a set of stairs up in the top left-hand corner of the screen. The frog's there. I'm going to throw a smoke grenade there. Hopefully I threw that in the correct place. That's quite an accurate smoke grenade. That should be good. So those guards don't spot me. There's a dog over there, so I'm going to throw a smoke grenade at the dog so that the dog and the guard still can't see me. And then we're going to roll under these pipes. And just before I do anything else, I'm going to equip a cigar. For deliberate reasons, not just for cigar reasons. It's not going to save that much time. I should have equipped it straight away in the torch, and I always forget. So we've got one item that we need to grab in here. There are some bullets down at the bottom for our SAA, which is actually Ocelot's gun, which he gave us during one of the torture cutscenes that we skipped. Do a casual leg break on the way down there. And just make our way through the sewers. This is one of the rooms in the game that has no Kerotan frog. I said there's only a couple. The next boss is coming up, and there's no Kerotan frog in that one as well, because it's not really a boss. The next boss is called the Sorrow, and we just basically get out of there as quickly. It's not a boss you can kill. He's already dead. He's a ghost, because Metal Gear reasons. Snake's kind of hallucinating. So what we want to do as soon as we start the fight is we want to drown Snake in the river that he's wading through, and then use a revival pill to wake him up. We don't have to do anything else with the fight. The only reason to actually wade through the river and go all the way down, is you get a camo. You get the Sorrow's camo at the end of it, which we don't need. I love this bit of drum music. So, escape there. We now come across... So this is the Sorrow. So just go straight underwater, and we just let Snake drown. So that he can wake up from this hallucination. And that's also why I equipped the cigar, because the cigar has slowly brought my health down just a little bit. It speeds it up very, very slightly. It's really not that much of a time save. There we go. Use the revival pill and wake up at the other end of the river. Because Snake did a big dive into a river. Tiknagorji, we've got a frog here. I've got to get him right up close because, there we go. Because I've got barely any stamina, so Snake's hand is all over the place. So if you're at any distance from that frog, trying to shoot it is impossible. I'll roll onto this log. Be careful here that Yep, that's a good roll. If you drop off that log, it's quite a nasty time loss. When I first left Torch and I was in the cell, I did two things with a fork. I used a fork to extract the fake death pill that I just used, but also a transmitter. If you fail to remove that transmitter, when you get to Tiknagorji, you encounter the Ocelot unit, and you have to deal with them. So very important that you remove that transmitter. The only difficulty where we don't remove it, because it's a time loss, is very easy difficulty, and the Ocelot unit you don't have to worry about it very easy, because you just run around them. It doesn't really do anything. So we met up with Eva. She gave us our equipment back, and we are now heading back into Groznygrad because we need to take out the Shagohod, which is the Metal Gear equivalent in this game. I want to shoot a frog, so I'm going to shoot this one. There we go. And then just before we go up the ladder, we're going to do our last little bit of equipment. So I'm going to equip the Orscam camo. And for my backpack, I want Cobble Box B. And I want to do quite a lot here. That should be it.
You're so brave for doing menuing. That scares me so bad.
So there we go. So we are now heading back up, and we are this is kind of like the final act of the game. So equip our Mark 22, equip the cardboard box. We're going to distract a guard, get him to start moving over. Oh, he didn't go the way I was expecting him to go, so we'll try that again. This is a really good, this room is a fantastic example of something called priority. The guards in this game have priority. They have certain tasks, certain worries and concerns that they will be worried about more than other things. For example, if they see one of their unit is down on the floor, I knew I hadn't quite got. I think I might be in trouble here actually. Right, hopefully I'm okay. I think I got a caution because they heard my silencer pop.
What's wrong?
This still isn't right. I shouldn't be getting a caution here. Something's weird.
What's going on? Respond. What's wrong? There's something wrong.
I'm watching
Something
this
weird.
like a thriller movie.
Yeah. Right. I think. Okay, try now.
What's wrong?
These guards shouldn't... I'm really confused. These guards shouldn't be getting a caution. So I'm going to just move all the way out of the way. As far away from these guards as possible, so hopefully I don't get spotted.
Snake very good at running away from his problems.
Shoot the frog from as far away as possible. There we go. Right. I'm not sure what happened in that room. That was very, very strange. But we got the frog and we got out. We're getting in the back of this. We're getting in the back of this truck, and this truck is going to fast travel us to the next room. Unfortunately, you cannot fast travel when you've got a caution, which is why we don't want to get a caution in this room, but I don't understand why we kept getting a caution. It's very, very strange. So unfortunately, we've kind of just got to sit it out. There's not really much.
No.
There's not really much else we can do. The other really annoying thing about this is that even though it looks like it's going to take 74 seconds, this timer is not accurate. This timer is, if you're counting this yourself, you may notice that this is longer than a second. So I could reset the room and it would be quicker, but if we're just going to get another caution again, as I say, the best thing to do is to just sort of wait it out.
Play it safe a little bit. Totally real, totally fair.
Let's just can we just vamp for a minute? go for it, shall we?
That's a host word, buddy. That's my word.
Hit me with whatever you want.
Well, we are still trying to get to that Wipeout Omega Collection, upgrade to HD Fury all tracks. Some of the DLC tracks in Wipeout, I know a little bit of ball, I'll say it. Some of the DLC tracks in that game are so cool, chat. You do not want to miss this incentive. We need $95 by the end of Wipeout, which only an hour. Can we do 90 an hour? That's like speedrun levels of having to rush, okay? It's dire. We're waiting out a caution, but we gotta go fast, okay? Actually, this is perfect. This gives chat more time. Can we reset the room, do this again?
You're just giving you more time to get your donations in to get that HD Fury running.
Yes, absolutely. All of the tracks in Wipeout are really cool, frankly. I love me a hover racer, I'll say it. Anti-grav racers are such a cool genre of game, and I know that I want to watch some more hover racer content, okay?
Sounds good to me. All right, we're nearly there. We're nearly there.
Okay, this guy got to get away from us. I don't like him sneaking up on
There we
us
go.
like that. I'm worried.
So now that we're finally through, we get fast traveled into the room that houses the Shagahod. So we're going to start moving through, and luckily there's a trick we can do here where we just take a shot there, deliberately cause a caution, and it causes every single guard in the room to start running to the location of the shot. And because I shot up on a ledge, which is inaccessible other than stairs on the very other side of the room, they just all run out of the way. The engineers here don't really react to cardboard boxes. They see a cardboard box like, what's that? And then don't do anything about it. So we can just run around them. And I do have a frog in this room to take care of. You'll like this shovel. My community's nickname for this frog is Knuckles.
Whoa, he's the one who did it.
This is
Makes
Knuckles.
He is a treasure hunter.
There we go. The reason this frog is nicknamed Knuckles is because the very first showcase I did of this at a marathon was for Preventathon 3, and at during the time of this room, I was talking to the host Alara about the okay, I'm probably gonna.
Morgan interrupting your story. Messed up.
I might restart this. Can I? There we go. I can throw him to the ground. I haven't shot the frog yet, and I was. It's easier to. Oh.
Nick's
You know
locked
what?
in chat.
You know what? I'm just gonna restart this fight because I'm all over the place. Oh dear. Anyway, Alara and I were talking about an incentive for the upcoming Sonic run, and I was saying Knuckles because I wanted them to play as Knuckles, and forgot to shoot the frog. There we go. It wasn't an all characters. Right, there we go. Story done. Right.
Tragic.
Right. I'm gonna shoot him in the back of the head. Oh, that wasn't quite enough.
This is like one of 3 Metal Gear characters I know about.
Yeah, this is our main antagonist of the game, Volgin. There we go. Luckily, the second phase, that still wasn't... I still got that wrong. There's so many different ways of taking him out, and I have my own different ways of doing it depending on exactly which category I'm doing. I think I need one shot on him. I just need him to turn around. Come on, Volgin. Or is he heading over to charge up already? Oh, he's going to do this attack, so I just got to keep moving, make sure I don't get hit. And I got hit. Unfortunately, if you get hit, that resets the whole fight. Right.
No.
I know where I'm going wrong. Right, so I am successfully going to dodge this one. I say, there's so many different ways of doing this fight, and it all depends on which version of the fight you're doing. And now I've remembered which version of the fight I'm doing.
Here it comes.
Come on, Volgin, play nice, please. There we go. Right, phase 1 done. I should have enough ammo to do phase 2 now. This is... If you want to vamp, whilst I try and lock in with this fight, this is hard.
This is focus. This seems hard. But yeah, I am happy to talk about our cause here at Fast Space for Pride 2025 because we are benefiting GATE, the Global Action for Trans Equality. The Global Action for Trans Equality is a international organization that is a trans-led advocacy group dedicated to advancing gender equality for all. Their mission is working towards justice and equality for trans, gender diverse, and intersex communities, and they take pride in being an international organization. They are led by trans, gender diverse, and intersex staff and board members from all regions of the world, so a truly global cause.
All right, we're finally through. We're finally through the fight.
We got there.
And we are now up against. So Volgin doesn't die. He's now piloting the Shagahod, which has escaped. And we need to escape. We need to get away from it, and we need to try and find a way of taking it out. At this point in the run, all premise of taking out guards non-lethally is going out the window. We are just gonna blast our way out of this. Particularly as I'm not on like Foxhound rank or anything like that, so it's a lot quicker, it's a lot easier. So we're just gonna go for it. I don't think I shot that frog yet, because we're actually in a very dangerous territory for all Kerotans, because these bike rooms, you only get one shot at them. If you miss a frog and then leave the room, the run is over. You can't go back and try again. You can't load a save. This is single segment only. So yeah, you got one try to get these frogs. Like we're gonna. Oh, I actually hit it, so that's fine.
Nice, good snipe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was stressing.
That's fine. We have plenty of time to shoot it now. But yeah, getting it there was really nice.
Okay, overkill. Relax, chill.
We're all good. So here comes the Shagahod again, and you'll see I can't kill it yet, but the more damage I do to it now, the less health it will have when we actually start its boss fight proper. So you can see I'm not doing a lot of damage, but I am very, very slowly chipping away at its health. The more I quick reload, so double tapping the weapon button is called a quick reload. That's an intended mechanic. It's actually mentioned in the instruction manual for the game, and it's very, very helpful. Wait, I said I'm going to just kill these guards. So move into the second room, and there is a frog in every single room of the bike chase. So once again, I'm just going to use the RPG to take them out.
While we fight this big mech, I mean, this feels like a more appropriate time than any to push for that wipeout incentive that we do not have much time to go. We have 15 more minutes, maybe, give or take? I don't know, this run has been a little bit interesting, but it's been fun. And if you've been enjoying it, you can donate towards that Wipeout incentive to upgrade us to an HD Fury all tracks run. It does not have much time. You need to get your donations in right now as we fight this big mech guy.
So take that frog
more
out.
Machines.
Yeah, more machines.
This is very cooler than the Wipeout vehicles, okay?
Take that guy. We've got to take that guy out because he's an RPG guard. We do not want to get hit by an RPG. One other thing that I do have going on here is I've got the Ores camo on. If you remember right at the start, before we even started the run, I need to take that guy out because he's an RPG guard as well. Just before we started the game, I got given the option of which Metal Gear game I like the best. And I said I like MGS3. The reason we pick I like MGS3 is because the Orscam camo is unlocked for doing so. The Orscam camo reduces all damage you take by a third, which is very, very helpful during this bike chase section. Here, ideally what we want to do is just take out the passengers, because if you take out the passengers of these bikes, then they don't respawn, and the drivers are terrible, terrible shots. So take out that one.
While we're sniping these drivers, I would love to announce that we just got a $15 anonymous donation that went towards that Wipeout incentive. That means we only need $80 more, a little bit under, to get that upgrade. Keep it coming, chat. Thank you so much. Make sure to assign your donations to that incentive when you do donate. We want every dollar going towards that, every penny.
Awesome, well done. Keep it coming. Let's get that HD Fury incentive, Matt.
Every single donation, big or small, helps so much, chat.
All right, so we've got the third bike chase section for now. We will be back on the bike later, but we've got another frog all the way over there. I think I hit him, but we've got plenty more time, so I will. Yep, I can see it bouncing.
Nice.
You do just about hear him on the way back. So now this is our best opportunity to get some damage done to the Shagahod before the fight. Got to aim in a very specific spot, which is like the little block below its face, if you like. Shooting in the wrong place will cause the Shagahod to sort of fall back. It will probably happen at some point. It usually does. But ideally, I want to get his health down to less than 3/4. That's kind of the ideal spot. So just constantly hitting this over and over again. It does do a number on the fingers, having to double tap R2 and get a shot in with the thumb every other hit. But we're good. That's a decent amount of damage already. He's moving closer because I hadn't quite hit him in the right spot. There we go. So that should be good. So their plan to take out the Shagahod is to drown it. So we shoot that frog. And then as the Shagahod comes over this bridge, we're going to take out the final C3 that Eva planted earlier.
Wait, there's a prequel to C4?
Yes, there is C3. So as soon as Eva said so, I can shoot it. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. It does break the Shagahod into 2 pieces, and we now have to fight the second piece. So there's a loop here that I'm going to try and get, which starts with that shot. Here, I need to wait for Eva to slide. There we go, and then hit that. Whilst I was waiting, you might just be able to hear the Kerotan. I shot a load of rockets over the tower and took the Kerotan out. This is good. I'm keeping the loop going here quite nicely. It's quite a difficult loop to keep and very difficult to recapture if you mess it up.
While you loop this boss, we are looping these donation. That wasn't such a hot segue, but we did have a $5 donation from Verifage. Thank you so much. Going towards that incentive, only $75 more, chat. Keep it coming. That energy is so cool. I feel like I'm a boss fight going into my enraged state right now with the energy being put towards this incentive. Keep it coming. And we are $4 away from $3,700 raised for a gate. Keep it coming, chat. We want to hit 4K today. I know we can do it.
Very nice. Yeah, let's see that number. So that's it. Volgin is now dead. Never ever to return. He will not return in this series ever again until Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, where he does come back. And because his need for revenge keeps him alive. I love this game.
Wow, that's inspiring, actually. I want that energy of Petty.
The second phase of that fight, I made that look very easy because it is quite easy. It is a completely... there's no RNG at all to it as long as you maintain that loop of shoot the treads with the RPG and then shoot Volgin in the head. You can shoot him with the Mosin Nagant, which is the tranquilizer one. It takes 4 shots rather than the SVD, which takes 3. As I've already said, I've already sort of thrown all notions of not killing guards and enemies out of the way because we are just gunning for the finish line. Now, the frog in this room is one of the most awkward frogs in the game. My community have dubbed it Hell Frog. The reason for this is because it is right at the end of the room. If you miss this frog, you have like 2 seconds to try and take a death and reset the room. It's not as bad on European Extreme because we have very low health, but on very easy, Snake's health bar is the same size as his stamina bar. So if you miss this frog, like it's over. And I have lost world records pace runs to this frog in the past. It's horrible. Look, I'm going to be using the RPG. So this is why I'm not going for 0 kills because we can just blast. The problem on European Extreme is that guard that I just took out behind the frog. He's got an RPG, and if you don't take him out, then he shoots you, then you are probably going to die. Because this bike chase bit is horrible. We've got our next frog there. Yep, I can hear it. We got him. So now we just have to deal with this bike chase section. There we go. And luckily the middle guard here, whenever he spawns, we should be able to take him out automatically by just aiming in third person at him.
Bro, these flying machines look like Star Wars machines. Like, it's taking me back to Star Wars yesterday. Like, what are they driving, bro? Get off the road.
Just a reminder that this game is set in 1965 for some reason. Oh, I'm on fire. Because something exploded near me. But we have, luckily, we have a safety for that, which is the fire camo. We've got the fire camo for beating the Fury. Without taking but non-lethally. This guard is... Unfortunately, this guard can get above you like this, and there's not much you can do about it. There we go, I took him out. I'm very low on fire.
We're wearing fire. We are raising money for a fire charity. Everything is fire. It all circles back.
Everything is on fire.
In a good way. Not like it's... You don't need to panic, chat. Don't worry.
We're good, we're good. It's all good. Now, luckily, we're about to move into the final bike chase room. There is a frog to take care of. Luckily, I should be okay for health because you don't take a lot of damage in the next room. Unfortunately, I don't have any way of increasing my health apart from getting it back from stamina. So... I really hope they don't... And I missed the frog. So... This is a rather tricky room in this situation because I've got very little health, so I need to be making sure I take out these guards. But the frog is very, very close by. That's better. Oh, and he took out in the
excellent shot.
Shooting one bike took out the other one. And now I've got the frog, so we're good. We're good. We've got the frog. We can move on. So now I've just got to get to the end of this room without dying. As I say, it's not too bad from here on out. The guards go down pretty quickly. As long as you take out the driver, then the whole bike goes straight away. And slowly I will recover health over time because I've got full stamina. So we should be we're out of the woods now. Well, not quite out of the woods. We're driving through the woods right now. But as far as the danger is concerned, we are out of the woods. We are very, very close to the end of the run. We've finished all the frogs in the bike chase. We've got 3 frogs left to go because we've got 2 more rooms of enemies, and then the final boss. So it is almost at an end. Nice.
Which means you do not have much time, chat. Get your donations in now for that wipeout upgrade. We have until the end of this run, coming up real soon, and during the wipeout run itself. Go, go, go. I believe in you, chat. We can do this.
Take the last one. Lovely. Okay. So for the final section of the game, we have to escort Eva. Eva's like really, really pleased with herself here because we jump this giant chasm, and then she gets real cocky. What do you think of that? And in the next cutscene that we're skipping, she crashes and gets a tree branch stuck in her. So we now have to escort her. We get told that we have to make sure we look after ourselves first, but luckily we don't have to. So we're going to feed Eda some of these noodles that we've got, because otherwise she will slow down. And then we just need to cure her injuries. We can completely ignore Snake's injuries. We just need to cure Eva. And now we're going to leave her behind. Because in this first little bit of this room, you don't actually have to escort her. You just have to get out. So we'll run through to the other side here, and just as I'm about to go in here, equip the Mark 22 and actually move into the escort proper. So there was no frog in that section because this is still technically the same room. Normally in an any % run, we'd go the other way, but the Kerotan's on this side. So we actually have stuff to do here. In any %, you just go to the right, and you are always far enough ahead of the guards that they won't cause you any problems. In Kerotans, because we have to go this way to get the Kerotan, the guards will catch us up, so I do have to take them out. So I'm just keeping an eye on where they are. Oh, crikey. There he is. Couple of shots on them. They'll fall over in a second. Kerotan's down here. There we go. Whilst we're waiting for Eva, the Gakko is there. If anyone's got the remake Metal Gear Solid Delta, they added 64 Gakko ducks to the game as well. I've done one run of getting all of them. It's quite tricky. But yeah, just a little thing they added to the Kerotans make a reappearance. They're all in the exact same position, but the ducks are brand new, all in new locations. So that's a lot of fun.
So in the next event, we're gonna do concentration, but with foul. Is what I'm hearing.
And one other little fun one, this game already received a remake. The Delta is not the first time this game was remade. It was kind of more a port than a remake, but it does have a new engine. It uses the Peace Walker engine. It was ported to the 3DS, Snake Eater 3D. It's not recommended to play or speedrun because it runs at 12 FPS natively, which is horrible to play with. But one of the nice additions is all of the Kerotans are gone. There are no Kerotans in the game. Instead, you have to shoot Yoshis. There's little Yoshi models that you shoot instead.
Oh my god, that's so cool. I remember playing the 3DS version as a kid. I was like, ooh, this is so cool. Not as cool as Wipeout, upgrade to HD Fury all tracks. That's a segue for the books.
We call that one the Freeg, because that is the freest frog in the game. It costs absolutely no time to shoot it because we've got to wait for Eva anyway. But that is the penultimate frog. We've got one more frog to go, which is during the final boss. It's going to kick that plant because that's going to cause that guard to wander around to try and figure out what it was. I need to take that guard out. I need to take... Oh, missed. There we go. Take that guard out. There's one more guard down here, but we can completely ignore him. To make sure Eva jumps down. So there's one more guard. You might just be able to see him in the bushes there, just next to that snake. He's looking through his rifle scope, so he is completely oblivious to everything that goes on around him. Eva can trigger him to stand up, and if he does, we just quickly go over and CQC slam him, but that's fine. But we're through these guards, out the other side, and we can go and take on the final boss, which is the boss, the person we have been sent here to kill in our final showdown. There's a specific loop that I'll be trying to get. Hopefully it should be fine. So we parry her CQC, shoot her twice in the head with the Mosin gun, and then CQC slam her. Then use stun grenades. So again, white flash coming up on screen. Turn around so I don't get affected by it. Wait out her iframes. 2 more Mosin gun shots. CQC slam. Now we can only use 1 more stun grenade. Stun grenades don't affect her when she's less than half stamina. So here I'm gonna do the same. Oh, same again. CQC slam, and then here instead of a stun grenade, I'm gonna shoot her in the head, and then just quickly run away. We just need her to reset. Lovely. We've got the good RNG where she just resets straight away. 2 more shots. Oh, I tried to CQC slam her from the front, where she can parry it. So we just got to get her to reset again. Whilst we're waiting for her to reset here, I'm going to shoot the frog now. She's coming back over. Parry. And that's the fight. We'll grab her uniform as well, the snake uniform. And that's it. The game's not quite over yet. We have an unskippable cutscene. Just waiting for it to trigger. We have an unskippable cutscene here. We then have to kill the boss. We're forced to pull the trigger, and then there's a final little small bit with Ocelot in the wig, where we get into a duel. And time will be when I fire a shot. I would deliberately miss. But I will fire a shot. Officially for Metal Gear Solid runs, usually you do have to watch the end of the credits. The credit sequence is 11 minutes in this game, and it is unskippable. So we don't feature that as part of a marathon run. So what I will do, the score screen at the end of the credits is what determines our IGT and determines whether I actually got every Kerotan, because I will receive the Kerotan rank. So what I'll do is at the once we've finished and I've gone away, I will continue to watch the credits, and then I will post a screenshot of my score screen on Blue Sky. So if you want to come find me on Blue Sky, I've been reposting and liking the posts about this run from Fast Pace Events, but you can easily find me at NickRPGreen.com, so you can see the final score screen if you want to. So we now get forced to shoot the boss.
There's only room for one boss and one snake.
There we go. So I'm furiously mashing the square button. And so grab the gun on the left, because that's the one that's got a bullet in it. And this is just a game of Russian roulette. Let's say time is as soon as I take a shot. Time.
GG, Nick. Well
Ooh,
done.
we got there. There were some interesting hurdles along the way in that run. But we got there in the end.
Yeah, excellent job.
I'm just going to make sure I also mute my audio, because this song is ripe for copyright issues. Yeah. That was Metal Gear Solid 3. All Kerotans on European Extreme. There's loads of resources out there for how to get into MGS3 if it's something you're interested in. And then, yeah, Kerotans is always just a nice little sort of extra thing that you can do. So, yeah, highly recommend checking out Metal Gear Speedrunners. If you're interested, head over to the speedrun.com leaderboards, and all the links you can find are there. If you've enjoyed watching me, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday over at twitch.tv/NickRPGreen. I'll be taking a break from MGS3 now, because I've been doing a lot of it. I'm hopefully going to learn the Phantom Pain next, because it's one I haven't learned. I might also be learning 007 Everything or Nothing, because it's a game that I went back to recently and really enjoyed playing it again, so I might learn the speedrun for that. So if that sounds up your street, you can find me over at twitch.tv/NickRPGreen. Only other mention, as Tempest Mask alluded to in their donation, Fast Travel, I am also a GDQ Hot Hotfix showrunner. I host the Hotfix show Fast Travel every other Friday over on the GDQ channel. It's all about showcasing runners from different parts of the world. So if that's something that interests you, then hit me up, and hopefully we might be able to get you on an episode in the future. Which of course my show is then followed by Amber Cyprian's lovely passion project. So it's a great evening, those Friday evenings. So come check it out. But yeah, that's it from me.
100%.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to Fast Pace Events for letting me showcase this, and of course, thank you to all of you who donated to make the Kerotan incentive possible. It's been an absolute blast. So thank you, Shovel. I'll let you take us out.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Nick, for that MGS3 run, and thank you, chat, for hanging out. I hope you stick with us for Wipeout All Tracks coming up next with Limey. I am so excited, but we have to get that